Alright guys, it's been a little while. I'm going to, since I've shown my fish tank, I'm going to feed them and see if they'll kind of more come out. Now, if you guys have been keeping up my fish tank, we've had a couple fish die over the time. It's kind of normal when you're setting up a new tank. Sometimes some don't get along and sometimes just some shit happens. But I've had fish in here since the very beginning. I've always kept an eye on my water conditions. And if I can find him when he eats, if you guys have watched my old videos, we have a couple fish. Well, these guys have been in here since the very beginning. These are some tetras. I believe they're sorbet tetras. And they've been in here since the very beginning. They were the first fish I put in. Haven't lost any of them. They're doing awesome. I've actually exchanged a couple into other tanks. So if you realize from the past there used to be a couple more, and here's 6 and now there's 4. We just decided there were too many of them compared to the 3 or 4 other groups of fish we had where they, well, not 3 or 4 groups, but the other groups of fish only had 3 or 4, so we wanted to kind of thin them out. There is a shark in here, a red-tailed shark. It's really a catfish, but they call them red-tailed sharks. And he'll probably come out to feed. I'm not seeing him, but I've seen him today. Have a couple guppies up here. Actually, one guppy there, and then as you can see in the screen here, that's a Pilati, I believe. I believe he was called a rainbow or neon Pilati. I really like the Endler's live bears. Now, I did have more in the past, and they are small. I haven't seen anyone pick on them, but a couple are missing. But there is still a good amount in there, at least 3 or 4, and there is a female around. If I see her, I'll show you. This guy we've had since basically the beginning. He is a loach, and he pretty much hides, but he comes out for food. He kind of goes around the rocks. We have a few tetras. We had a few more of them as well. A few disappeared, but basically I would say for the last 3 weeks at least we haven't lost a fish. So a couple have gone, I don't know what's happened to them, but for the last 3 weeks we've had a very steady tank. So we're giving it some time, keeping track of the water conditions, and we might add in a couple more fish in a week or 2. We got those 3 tetras. We got this guy who's actually a Dalmatian Molly, but what's really weird is when we bought him, he was white and black, blacker and white spotted. Now he's like getting more black, which is really weird. It's been like that for a while. And it happened when we got back from a trip. We went to Vegas and we had the fish lights off. I usually have them on a timer, but I had them not on a timer and they were just off while we were gone. And when we got back, he was like all black. That's really weird to me. If anyone has any experience with that, let me know, but it was weird. Here is one of the female Endler's live bears. There's a couple of them in there. See one right now. Have a few snails, but sometimes they're hiding very good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one right now for you. We got a little Buddha in the corner. Our only little kind of fish tank decoration other than the tree and rocks and a log. We don't have too many like freshwater fish tank weird decorations. I'm trying to see if I can see anyone else. We have 3 rummy-nosed tetras. Those are these guys. They look pretty cool. There's a couple of them in the screen. There you see all 3 of them. And those guys, we've had all 3 of those guys for probably 2 months now. They're doing fine. And then there's a black, oh, here's the gudgeon. You don't see him too much except for when you're feeding. This guy we've had for over 2 months. He's doing great. He hides a little bit in the rocks, but usually when you put food in the tank, which is, you know, kind of why I threw food in the tank at the beginning to hope people came out, he usually comes out and he'll swim around for a while, try to get some food. Really pretty. He's really small. He's only like a, I don't know, maybe an inch long, 3/4 an inch long. But a cool little guy there. Haven't seen the shark yet, but he's usually in here. Here is the black Molly I was talking about, not the big Dalmatian that's in the way. Where did it go? He went and hid somewhere. I just saw him. Is he still up there? Oh, he's hiding behind. He's hiding behind here. Here we go. Here's the black. I believe he's called a livertail Molly. It's really cool. When he gets a little bigger, you can't see the fin on top is very good because he's at the top of the water, but his fin on top is really cool. It's really a long fin up there. You just can't see it because he's on the top of the water. And I was hoping we'd see the shark, but I think I've gone through pretty much everyone. The tank is a 55 bow front with 2 filters as you see here, and it's a Fluval U3 and a Fluval U4. Really recommend those filters. They're awesome. I've used them in turtle tanks, fish tanks, saltwater, freshwater. They're really awesome tanks. And then this filter, I've never used it before, but I've been using it for, I'd say about 4+ months now since I set up this tank. And what I can say is it's awesome as well. It has a readout here. It reads the water from 2 different sensors and it adjusts itself and it lets you know the temperature at all times. I've had other heaters that were, you know, as you guys have seen in the past, just standard heaters with kind of like a dial at the top that you spin to a temperature. They're not always very accurate. You need a separate thermometer and such. This one's really good. It's a Fluval. Geez, I'm not sure if I remember currently the model name, but look up Fluval heaters, fish tank heaters, and I'm sure you'll find it. It's very distinct by how it looks. And you could set it by the top little button here to 0.5 degrees. You just push it one way or the other. As you can see, that plus or negative kind of on the film is a little out of focus. And you can set it by 0.5 degree from like 65, I believe, to about 92 or something like that, something in there. Really nice heater. It's one of the best I've ever used, and I've had fish tanks all my life, so check that out. Guys have any questions, let me know. And that is our 55-gallon Bowfront aquarium.